Released the latest album, 100 Days Off. But when was the last time you had 100 days off, Karl?
Yeah. I don't remember. I was at school, probably.
When you were at school? Because halfway through last year, you looked at actually packing the band in.
I think last year we toured more than we've done in the 20-odd years we've been together. And it was good. I really enjoyed it, but it's beginning to take its toll, I think, this year. We enjoyed Christmas too much.
Okay. Christmas can be a very dangerous time for the waistlines of people.
Particularly.
You look pretty safe there. Now, the big day out is seen by a lot of bands as a bit of a holiday tour because you do a show, a day off, do another show, have about a week off.
It's very weird. We're just kind of hanging around and drifting, and all of a sudden a show pops up in the middle, and it's like, oh my God, get in shape. Last night we played off at the theatre across the road here, and had a fantastic night, but I think I woke up halfway through the show because it was like, we're on stage. It's holiday time.
So how do you spend your downtime on a tour like this? Watching TV or listening to music or sightseeing?
Eating.
Eating?
Yeah, we eat a lot.
Have you found any local delicacies at all?
Loads.
Loads?
Loads. Yeah. Consequently, I'm hoping we're going to be back on stage soon.
Have you eaten any, particularly unique Australian foods yet? Witchetty grubs or kangaroo or crocodile or Vegemite?
I have to stay off that. I can't. It's going to do my head in if I start eating that. It's going to all start crawling back into my night.
That sounds dangerous. You can eat the beef over here. That is, just in case you were wondering, the beef is safe in Australia.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Now, the crowd calling to see your tits, I believe, Karl.
Thank you.
As you can see, they're a bit of a rowdy crowd here today, but of course there is an audience at home. Now, Rick, one of the other members of Underworld, in fact, the only other member, Darren Emerson, packing up his bags and leaving a few years ago, and he seems to be riding on the coattails of the Underworld success. Was that an amicable split?
No, Darren's a great DJ, and he carries on doing what he's always been fantastic at, which is touring the world and spinning his discs. Darren's going to go on and do great things. No, there's no animosity there. It's just kind of strange that a mate who've been around for 10 years ups and goes without saying anything. But hey, that's mates.
Is it maybe you'll find a new mate on this tour?
I think we've found a few already.
Yeah? As long as there's no, dangerous kind of pregnancies, that you leave behind in Australia.
No, we spend too much time eating.
Yeah, or eating is a safe thing to do. Now, Chloe's got a question, hopefully some kind of sensible question from someone in the crowd. Chloe.
I think it's going to be pretty sensible. This is Amanda. She's a huge fan. Apparently she saw you last night. What's your question for Karl?
Are you feeling the pressure now that Emerson has left? Because Rick seems to be on the deck, like he must have so much more responsibility. Do you feel it? Because you're still out there. Does he feel the pressure?
No, just having one less pair of hands means he has to work an awful lot harder, but in all honesty, he kind of did most of all that anyway.
He did, definitely.
Oh, that sounds like a put down, doesn't it? It's not.
No, but...
I think.
Because Underworld are actually famous for being one of the many dance acts that tour the world that insist on playing live. Whereas a lot of bands like to come off dat or, pretend to. In fact, I'll just ruin any kind of connection that I had with the Andy Van, the DJ from Madison Avenue. I believe he was famously caught miming an entire set at the Ministry of Sound in London, as was James Lavelle from Mowax. Have you ever been asked to mime, or are you 100% live act?
In the 80s, we were in a rock band, and we used to get asked to mime all the time, and that was such a piss off, for when we came to be making dance music, which people think is notoriously on tape and all of that malarkey, we decided we wanted to be a live band, because for me, a good DJ is like as good a live musician as I know from guitar playing from years ago. People, they're improvising on the night. We wanted to do that. We wanted to be able to improvise and just make it up as we go along. So there's no rehearsal, no set list, no tapes. We just kind of responding to the crowd as we go along, and that keeps it fresh for us. Otherwise, we really would be falling asleep in the middle of the show, and we'd have given up a long time ago. And it has to stay fresh for us, There has to be loads of mistakes in there, because otherwise you're just playing the same thing every night. And I think that's a rip-off.
I agree. That's like Channel V. Well, we have the occasional mistake here, especially if I'm on. We'd like to be full of mistakes. Now, Born Slippy was obviously a seminal track for the world when it came in on the Trainspotting soundtrack back in the early 90s. Obviously, that's a song that Underworld's very famous for, as well as Underneath the Radar, which was huge in Australia. Is there a song on your new album that you think sums up the time that we live in, as well as Born Slippy seem to sum up that moment in culture?
probably not like that, but 2 months off, the first single that came out off the album, to me was a response to a lot of the negativity that was going on around. Things were falling to bits, and the dance scene was in collapse and all of that, and I can't be having any of that. We're not really part of that scene, so for me it was like a response against all of the negative stuff that was going on around.
Okay, well, now we're going to take a look at your latest video right now. The what is it called? The Dinosaur song here. So this is proving that we're live. Me fumbling along here. Dinosaur Adventure 3D.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. It was Massive Attack's 3D that spent his birthday protesting against the imminent Gulf War.
It's a fantastic link.
Thank you. We
no
tried.
cheese intended.
What is Dinosaur Adventure 3D about?
It's a walk down Romford High Street, where we live.
Okay, fair enough. Well, let's take a look at it. Karl Hyde from Underworld, thanks for joining us. This is the brand new video from Underworld, Dinosaur Adventure 3D. Make sure you see them at the big day out. And thanks a lot for talking to us, Karl.
Thank
Underworld.
you.